Alex Eala and Alina Chareva are meeting again in Birmingham. And the last time these two shared a court, Chareva walked away in silence while 2,000 Filipinos roared. That silence has had 5 months to become something dangerous. At the Edgbaston Priory Club on June 4, 2026, the Birmingham Open round of 16 brings us the third chapter of one of women's tennis's most quietly charged rivalries. Top-seeded Alexandra Eala against unseeded Alina Chareva head-to-head locked at 1 win apiece and every point between them carrying the weight of unfinished business. To really understand what's about to happen on that grass court, you can't just look at the rankings. You have to go back to January 26 and a stadium in Manila where the score told only half the story. The Philippine Women's Open wasn't just a tennis tournament. It was the inaugural WTA 125 event held at the newly renovated Rizal Memorial Tennis Center. The first time Alexandra Eala had played on home soil in nearly 9 years. Over 2,000 spectators packed that stadium. The flags were out. The noise never stopped. And Alina Chareva walked right into the middle of all of it. What followed wasn't really a match. It was a statement. Eala swept through the first set in 24 minutes, 6-1. Chareva, 3 years older and ranked nearly 100 places below at the time, simply couldn't handle the combination of that heavy baseline hitting and the wall of sound surrounding her. And then just when Chareva might have thought the second set offered her a reset, trailing 1-2, stopped. She called for a medical timeout. A tense silence fell over the stadium. When Eala came back out, her thigh was heavily bandaged. And this is where the story shifts. Rather than tightening up, rather than hesitating, Eala went on a 4-aim run, bandaged leg and all, and sealed the match in 1 hour and 16 minutes. Final score 6-1, 6-2. The kind of scoreline that doesn't just record a defeat, it etches it. For Chareva, that was Manila, and that's what Birmingham is really about. But here's where the story gets more complicated than it first looks. Alexandra Eala is currently ranked world number 37. Her career high reached this month in June 2026. She's left-handed, which is a genuine structural advantage on grass. That swinging slice serve can drag right-handed opponents wide in the ADC court, keeping the ball low on a surface that already favors the aggressor. Her 2025 grass court record stands at 10 wins and 5 losses, including a runner-up finish at Eastbourne. And in Birmingham's opening round, she defeated Australia's Priscilla Hahn, ranked 143rd in the world, 6-0, 6-2, winning that first set in 22 minutes without dropping a single game. Eala herself spoke about where her game is right now. "I think I have arrived in a much improved state than where I was last year. So, I'm happy about that and I'm excited for what the season holds. On paper, everything points the same direction. Dominant opener, strong grass record, top seed, momentum. But that's when the numbers quietly start to complicate things. Alina Chareva didn't need a favorable draw to get here. In Birmingham's round of 32, Chareva defeated Greet Minan, the defending champion, 6-3, 6-1. Not a scrappy win. Not a lucky break. A statement of her own. Her 2026 season has real substance behind it. In February at the WTA 125 Dow Tennis Classic in Midland, Michigan, Chareva won her first professional title at that level, beating Guahanu in the final. She then reached the semi-finals of the Trophy Clairon in Paris on clay in May. Her 2026 singles record, 19 wins, 12 losses, almost identical to Eala's 19 wins and 14. Now look at the tactical picture. Chareva's dominance ratio, the percentage of breakpoints she creates versus the percentage she faces, sits at 1.036. That's a player who generates more pressure than she absorbs. Her first serve game winning rate is around 68.1% and she saves 58.5% of the breakpoints she faces. But here's her vulnerability, and it's the exact vulnerability that Eala's game is built to attack. Chareva's second serve wins just 35.1% of points in recent matches. On grass where the ball stays low and aggressive returners can move in early, that number becomes a target. Eala's return game, built on taking the ball quick from the left side, will look to turn every Chaya second delivery into an opening. with Eala converting 38% of her breakpoint chances. If Chariva keeps gifting those opportunities, the math turns ugly fast. And yet, this is where the data quietly rewrites the whole narrative. Alexandra Eala wins 80.7% of her matches when she takes the first set. That sounds strong, but Alina Chariva's equivalent number is 90.4%. And then there's the deciding set record. Eala's career record in third sets stands at 54 wins from 112 matches, 48.2%. She loses deciding sets more often than she wins them. Chariva's deciding set record is 46 wins from 80 matches, 57.5%. Read that again. If this match reaches a third set, the statistical edge belongs to Chariva. The assumption going into this match is that Eala dominates and fades. But the deciding set numbers tell a different story. The player who was beaten 6-1, 6-2 in Manila actually closes out tight matches at a higher rate than the top seed. The revenge match story might be covering up the more important tactical truth. Eala needs to end this early because if Chariva is still standing in the third set, the numbers swing her way. But there's a weight to this match that statistics alone can't measure. At the Italian Open in May 2026, I suffered a grade 2 ankle sprain in a loss to world number 2 Elena Rybakina. After the match, 84-year-old Italian President Sergio Mattarella approached Eala and held her hand for nearly 10 seconds on camera. He told her, "You lost the match, but you haven't lost Rome. The flags will be back next year. The fans will return, and you will too." That clip spread across every platform. It accumulated over 50 million views. 50 million for a post-match moment involving a tennis player from the Philippines. At that point, the story stopped being purely about tennis. 50 million views is a signal of what Alexandra Eala has become. A figure carrying her sport's global ambitions in a way no ranking number can capture. And that visibility has a cost. During the Philippine Women's Open in Manila, reports emerged that Eala had become the target of manipulated AI-generated images and fabricated stories circulating on social media. The same profile that made the Mattarella moment reach 50 million people made her a target for exploitation by people hiding behind algorithms. None of that disappears when the match begins. It travels courtside with her. Chariva, by contrast, arrives in Birmingham with none of that noise. No viral moments, no presidential handshakes, number 50 million view weight sitting on her shoulders. Just a scoreline 6-1, 6-2 somewhere in the back of her mind, and a grass court run that just ended the defending champions tournament in 60 minutes. So the question that no preview and no data can fully answer is the one that decides everything. Which version of this rivalry shows up? Is it the Manila version where Eala's power and the sheer force of the moment rolled over before the match ever found its footing? Or is it something closer? Something the deciding set numbers quietly hint at a harder, longer fight where Chariva's 57.5% third set record slowly starts to shift the weight of the scoreboard. IA is the top seed. She has the grass court record, the left-handed advantage, and the momentum of a perfect opening round. On paper, she should win this. But Chariva just beat the defending champion. She has a title from 2026, and she's had 5 months to think about that scoreline in Manila. The grass at Edgbaston Priory Club on June 4th will tell us which of those facts ends up mattering more. And the only thing the numbers, the history, and the rivalry all agree on is this. Whoever loses will spend the rest of the grass season knowing it isn't